Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. We are just moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. With that, let's get up to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. There to call all the action. We welcome in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis, happy to be with you. And Charles, we've got two teams who know each other extremely well. These division games, they tend to be battles.
People scout like crazy in this league, but no one scouts more than within the division. Because if you win your division, you're automatically in the playoffs. That puts extra emphasis on these games, and they can't wait to get at each other.
Here's Randy Bullock now to put toe to leather. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. As we get a look at a guy who grew up in Florida, played his college ball, of course, in Louisville. It's the electric Lamar Jackson. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. And a very good offensive unit here. One of the reasons they're so good is running back Mark Ingram.
Took a little while for him to find his footing when he got into the league, but the former Heisman Trophy winner has it now and has really upped his pass receiving potential. A nice player.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys.
Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And the Bengals starting defensive unit now.
When you play against Carlos Dunlap, you have to think protecting your passer. He knows how to get upfield and rush the quarterback.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Alex Erickson deep for Cincinnati. And that had far too much air under it. It's out of the back of the end zone. And the football will come out to the 20-yard line. So now the Bengals get ready for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former Texas Christian University Horned Frog, Andy Dalton.
And there's no substitute for experience in this league. And what it usually leads to, a whole lot of confidence. Andy Dalton is sharp with where to go with the football now. I think he sees reads before they actually even happen. He can sense them now. And he is one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
And Dalton to throw. That's complete. Bernard. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
So when you saw him dump it off to the back, did you think he was going to pick up the first down there?
Well, I knew one thing. It wasn't his primary target. At least it didn't look like it. Turned out to be the play they needed, though. And it's big because it's the opening drive. So converting that 3rd down, keeping the play, not the play, the drive going.
Yeah, it certainly appeared like his downfield targets were covered. He threw the little dump off to his back, and nice effort picking up the first down, though. And you're right. That opening drive, keep those chains moving.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw here, Dalton. That's complete to John Ross.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And it'll be Dalton again. Going deep downfield for... It's caught inside the 25. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. John Ross, 60 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with a Bengals score. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The run on first down gets them a couple up to the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
This will go for 5 up to the 33.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Third and 2. Here's Jackson. And he's got Snead. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 43 yards.
On third down, it's very simple. Make sure you get beyond the sticks, make the catch, pick up the first down. But in this case, he turned it into bonus time and was off to the races for a monster play.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On second down, it's Ingram, and able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On third down, Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. On 1st and goal, Dixon. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of 1 yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's Mark Ingram who caps it off with a touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive. And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 7-7, our score after 1. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Andy Dalton. He gets this one to Boyd. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. Dalton going to break the huddle, come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Dalton. Green brings it in. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Third down from the gun, Dalton. And this is going to be incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down now, it's Ingram, and he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. After the penalty, it's Ingram. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. This time Jackson will throw it. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Nick Vigil gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Jackson. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check right, check right.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And an alley to run. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. All that, and it only nets him a yard. It's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Here's Jackson, and he's got his man, Marquise Brown, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown, and the Ravens have taken the lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10, and it's incomplete.
Let's phrase this delicately, okay? Might have had a better option instead of throwing the football into double coverage.
He was blanketed. I was surprised that he went his direction.
Yeah, should have thought maybe about the check down, take the completion, keep moving.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Dalton. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And Dalton's throw on target to Tyler Boyd. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Another chance for Dalton. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A first down throw coming for Dalton. On the screen, Bernard. And he's brought down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll run here with Bernard. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Giovanni Bernard taking it in, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time.
Way.
They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
Bullock good on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. That time a 6-play drive, and it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Snead's got it. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Throwing is Jackson. This one complete to Ingram. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Jackson on 3rd and 2. He can run for it, and he will. And an alley to run. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. But they are all even to this point. So to see if either side can pull away, let's get you right back out to Brandon and Charles for the start of the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Finding Green complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Dalton gives to Bernard. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He's got Green. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Dalton to Green for a Cincinnati first.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now it's Mixon running right. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Hands up. Lead. We own it. We own it. Hands up.
On 2nd and 7, Dalton got his man. It's Eifert. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain there of 21 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Andy Dalton now, pretty amazing. 14 of 16 throwing the ball. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Now Bullock to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Jackson steps away. And he's going to keep it here. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They run from the pistol with Ingram. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 8 yards, 1st down as they're able to convert.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball and pick up the 1st down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. On 1st down, Ingram. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Let him go by a little too easily there.
Well, that's what we saw in film, isn't it? His head goes down oftentimes when he goes to punch, when he's trying to block. And when you do that, you can't see your target. He went right past him and made the play.
You got nothing.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson is going to find his running back. It's complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Jackson from the shotgun. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 32-yard line.
On 3rd down, he obviously wants to throw the football, but there's nowhere to go with it, so he takes off and goes. And now does he get to the 1st down marker? He blows right past it and picks up big yardage. Partner, that's a great bit of improvisation.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Tucker now to add the point after. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Getting ready to go again, here's Andy Dalton marching back onto the field. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. Now the 2nd down throw on target. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. It's more coming. It's more coming.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Dalton. That's complete. Bernard. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And the Bengals on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Andy Dalton. And that's complete. It's Green here. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Dalton going to break the huddle, come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. To throw here, Dalton. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Matt Judon showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. After the penalty, it's Mixon. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a 1st down if not for that penalty moments ago. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Dalton now to pass. Underneath, this is Bernard. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 12-yard line.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a 1st down pickup.
Dalton going to break the huddle, come up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. And Dalton to throw. Green brings it in. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 10 more there and another 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Dalton. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Matt Judon leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. So Dalton now. And it's caught. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Andy Dalton with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. A 10-play drive that time. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Ravens taking the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. He'll buy some time right. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Here's Jackson to throw. They go screen. This is Ingram. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
I bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ready?
From the gun, it's Jackson. Roberts has it. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. This will be caught by Brown. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. They'll run here with Ingram. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Critical extra point up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Big spot, Andy Dalton. And the catch good, it's Eifert. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage. Dalton wants to throw. Open man is Ross, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it. But they've got to continue to move quickly.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. All right, here's Dalton. Gets it to his running back, Bernard. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second down. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
Dalton saying, let's get going here, guys, as he rallies them to get set. Throwing again on second down. Dalton. Got his man. It's Eifert. And he's got this down to the 35. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Dalton going to break the huddle, come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. So now Dalton. Open man is Uzama. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Mixon with a first down carry. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Bernard. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Jet sweep, Boyd with it, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So it all comes down here to the right foot of Randy Bullock. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So it all comes down here to the right foot of Randy Bullock. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And his kick is indeed good. And the Bengals are going to get out of here with a W. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.